So one of the newest releases from the brand Navitus Parfums is Aura Ultime. This is a fragrance composed by Jorge Lee, and it's an amazing fragrance for the upcoming season. So in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to tell you all about this fragrance, what it smells like, the performance, longevity. I'm also going to tell you about a very special giveaway opportunity for a full bottle, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on the fragrance by Navitus Parfums, part of its own collection, it's called Aura Ultime, beautiful presentation. I'm going to show you everything. I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, you do have the opportunity to win a bottle, and this is pretty pricey stuff. I did not creatively direct this fragrance at all. This was a standalone release from the brand. It's called Aura Ultime. If you want to win a bottle, just shoot on over to cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. After you've read through the article and have become a registered reader, just drop a comment on the article, and that's all you need to do. Make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article so you know if you're the lucky winner. But it's a really simple process. The winner will not be announced on this channel at all. There have been a lot of scams going on lately, and it's quite sad. People impersonating others, asking you to contact them on Telegram and Nicegram and WhatsApp and all these other things. I'm not on that, right? I just do YouTube, so please don't get scammed. You've been warned. I'm sorry about that. So here we have a fragrance composed by Jorge Lee, who is an amazing perfumer. I had a chance to meet him in person when I visited Istanbul, and he's really down to earth and really sweet guy, and you know, very he takes time to actually explain things to you. This fragrance has Mexican lime, Spanish cypress, and Brazilian Capahu balm in the top. You have Turkish coffee, Indonesian nutmeg, and New Caledonian sandalwood in the heart. In the base, you have Gaiac wood, amberwood, cashmere musk, and oak moss. It's interesting because there is this underlying sweetness to it. There is an earthiness to it. It has a balsamic character and personality to it. That lime in the opening is very bright and zesty. It's a beautiful fragrance, and I'm excited to tell you more about the smell. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, it is going to open up very juicy, very sweet. It has this animated introduction. The lime certainly has that zesty personality and appeal in the opening. You're going to get it immediately. Very bright, very citrusy, and I think it's conducive to just a lot of warmer weather, but I think that dry down and the long-lasting elements that are found in the base are going to serve you very well in the colder weather too. I do find that this fragrance is quite versatile in that regard. I think it's going to be great for the autumn, especially once you start looking at some of these heart and base notes. So for example, the sandalwood, the coffee, the Gaiac wood, the amberwood, the oak moss, those are all fall and winter ingredients in my opinion. The coffee is not super strong. It is not explicitly a coffee-based fragrance, but it has its own little peculiar accent in there that works very nicely. The sandalwood, I am convinced. The Capahu balm, I am convinced. And I say that because there is this slightly creamy, sweet, balsamic personality or olfactory profile to it that really stands out here. The cypress is there, but it's more of a secondary presence. I feel like that balsamic richness, and I would even say there's some vanilla in here as well. It's not listed in the note breakdown, but you are going to get something sweet from it. However, it's not a gourmand. You definitely have the cypress, you have the sandalwood, you have these earthy textures. That touch of lime in the opening just opens it up quite brilliantly. And as far as the nutmeg is concerned, I think it just gives a smoothness to the fragrance. Nothing about it comes across spicy to me. When I think of spice, I think of cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom, and the nutmeg used in here is actually quite smooth. So it definitely doesn't have a spicy personality per se, but look, very zesty, kind of fruity in the opening as well. It has a bit of that rich citrusy personality. It dries down to something very earthy, slightly woodsy, and this sweet, ambery, balsamic personality that is beautiful. This is the type of fragrance you wear on a night out, if you want to turn heads, if you want to get compliments, if you're feeling a little adventurous or risque. This is not a dark and brooding composition, but it's also not a very bright, citrusy, airy composition. So it kind of achieves that middle ground between those two. Not too playful, not too serious, somewhere in between. Of course, there are other fragrances from Navitus Parfums that kind of achieve that middle ground. Of course, Primas, which is one that I creatively directed, also by the same perfumer, is definitely on the more brooding, mysterious side of things. And of course, Viva More is very much so on the playful side of things, also by the same perfumer, which is why I'm mentioning those two specifically. But check this one out. You also have a chance to win a bottle. All the links are going to be down below. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, for me, this is unique stuff. I haven't tried anything that smells like this. That bright, zesty introduction, that warm, balsamic, ambery dry down, the earthy tendencies, that slight touch of spice, which is more smooth than actually spicy in an aggressive way or anything like that. It's a really interesting and unique composition. Longevity on this stuff, 10 plus hours, extrait de parfum. Projection was wonderful for the first hour and a half of application. It radiated beyond an arm's length. So the performance is actually tantamount to Ambrosia Imperial, which is a collaboration with AI the Great Aisha here on YouTube. And the performance for both of those fragrances is actually quite leveled out. And I found that to be impressive in my opinion. So for this one, radiated beyond an arm's length for over an hour, elbows length scent right around hour 7, skin scent right around hour 10. If you spray on clothing, you'll smell this stuff into tomorrow, I promise you. Versatility, perfectly unisex, great for any time of the year, but I think I would prefer to wear it in the colder weather. You can wear this one dressed up or dressed down. Anybody of any age can enjoy this one as well. And in terms of the presentation, one of the most beautiful presentations I have ever seen. As a matter of fact, a fragrance like this inspires me to do a video down the line of the top 5 most luxurious presentations in fragrances. And of course, this is going to be in the list because you saw the attention to detail. My final verdict on this fragrance is it is a great intermediary fragrance when you're going from the summer to the autumn. Right around this time of the year, early September, it's going to be perfect for you. It's a compliment getter, it's unisex, the longevity is there. It's just a well-rounded fragrance all around, and the craftsmanship behind it, Jorge Lee did an amazing job as a perfumer, and I really hope you have the opportunity to try this one soon. Listen, thank you again so much for joining me today. That was my review of Aura Ultime by Navitus Parfums. I did not creatively direct this one, even though I am the brand's founding creative director. I did not creatively direct this one. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Make sure to visit Cephalabon for your chance to win a bottle. If you took something of value from today's episode, hit subscribe, hit the bell, give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.